Whether it's the shift from the telegraph to the telephone, AM radio to stereo FM, black and white TV to flat screen, high def 3D VR technology is seen as advancing by improving the clarity of the signal, offering the illusion that through better definition we will reach a more consistent truth in communication. And yet, as per the Shannon-Hartley theorem of signal to noise ratio, in spite of these impressive technological breakthroughs in media clarity, communication itself remains prone to the same chaos of meaning. The 2013 viral sensation, What Does a Fox Say?, is a trenchant example of this, combining the world's most ridiculous lyrics with the most modern technology for creation and dissemination. The video is as sly, clever as the archetypal animal it references, manipulating media clarity, yet gleefully communicating how language and meaning production are inevitably inscribed in a schizopoetics of slippery ellipsis, or how the gawkers stack fox in sheep's clothing. Whether it's Dogon or Finnish mythology, Chinese, Japanese, or Korean folklore, the fox is celebrated as highly mischievous, a symbol of trickery, shenanigans, and embodying chaos. Thus, in typical trickster fashion, and with great cunning, Norwegian duo Vegard and Bard Ylvis Sucker's seemingly nonsensical video, What Does the Fox Say?, does not offer the most ridiculous lyrics ever made, or as Buderman quoting Postman might say, stupid talk, but ironically references Whorfianism, general semantics, Ausurian semiotics, media ecologically highlighting language's impossible transparency, lyrically underscoring how language is uncontainable, inscribed in excess, abundance, and always overflows its inscription, how we are locked in semantic landscapes of ecemic dysemia, arbitrary symbology, and true to infinite semiosis can never say what we mean or mean what we say, and in fact are just endlessly wandering through a fox populi. The video opens, as you just saw, with a barbecue where the partiers are dressed as animals. Just as C.S. Pierce might say, signs take the form of words and are always standing in for something other than itself. This costuming, her putting on of the other, signifies the infinite chasm between signs and the reference. Ceci n'est pas un fox. Generally, semantically speaking, the map is not the territory, but an airstory, highlighting how language itself is clothed in a series of surfaces, appearances obscured through systems, screens, shades, shadows, veiling and unveiling in a foxy, moronic cycle of imitation, or in this case, onomatopoeic reference that exceed their own signification. Dog goes woof, cat goes meow, bird goes tweet, and mouse goes squeak. And if, going back to the Greek, onomatopoeia means both to create and to imitate, and in the repurposed Old MacDonald ditty, Ylvis highlights how we are not only naming things into existence, but these names are phonetic approximations inscribed in simulacra, mimicry, a Baudrillardian imitation of an imitation, intimating all that can never be possessed or contained. Or read through a Whorfian perspective, if, as the principle of linguistic relativity holds, that the structure of a language affects how we conceptualize the world, our behaviors, our perceptions, the reconstruction sounds of the animals affects our conception of the world and ourselves as a heteroglossic enunciative translation of a translation and continuous recreation. So you can't put the fox in a box as a pop fox rocks and schlocky vox, resembling a language and reference are slippery, foxy, inscribed in proxy mocks, where the fox is the one who knocks. For at minute 128, Ylvis elides fox and foxy, seemingly nostalgic for an ever-elusive anthropomorphized red-haired fox, a foxy lady, haunted by her irrepresentable present. Not only can he not find her, but he cannot hear her, hear is unable to decipher her codes. This sense of interminable desire is metonymic of the unfathomable chasm inscribed in language itself, how we ache to know the unknowable, hear the unhearable. In the words of Ylvis, I want to know. Leaving the listeners to ask if she should speak in a forest, will he hear her? Thus, the song is speaking to not only the utter inadequacy of using signs as communicative reference, as there is no perfect or utopian model of communication where the potential of sound can directly signal, but rather how language is swathed in secrecy, as secrets secrete through silences, saliences, sequestered in lexical and nexus and inaccessible excess, where the lyrics keep reminding us the secret of the fox, ancient mystery, is hiding somewhere deep inside the words, acknowledging how language is always inscribed and shrouded in mystery, whatever the media arrives in, spiraling through vertiginous nodes, codes, modes where meaning is represented as an effervescent, resonant, present palimpsested between lack and desire, asking, how do you communicate with the other when language, like the Derridian shibboleth, occupies a silent border between the unsaid and the unhearable, reminding us how the fox perhaps is not silent, but her voice is ciphered, indecipherable, circumcised, cut off and into a speaking silence, unhearable, not because she is not there, but because she is masked in a vocabulary of incoherent utterances, missed circuits and undecipherable codes, unhearable, not because she's not there, but because she is unrecognizable due to the layering of variant systems, spectral intensities, orbits of meaning, noise, rather than signal. Remembering Václavic's Pragmatics of Human Communication's first axiom, one cannot not communicate. And as a sly repurposing of Akira Kurosawa's Dreams, where a boy goes into the forest to see where the foxes have their weddings and learns, as the Japanese legend has it, it's where the sun is shining through the rain. The kitsune foxes have their weddings. And as we enter the sacred space between the sun and the rain, the clarity and the decimic refrain, in Ylvis's video, the wedding here is between sound and sense, speaking and hearing. The ill-begotten marriage has signification, reminding us that no matter how clear, how loud, how sped up our big air screens are, how sophisticated and high-def our media, how furry, shiny, seductive our language, all costumed in artifice, and the shrouded codes between emitters, transmitters, receivers, between coherence and incoherence, all polyvocal and hyperreferential, where the map for the territory is flawed, stained, dirtied, ripped, tattered, and we, our infinite longing for connection through the arbitrary symbology, are left wondering what the fox said. Thank you.